All right. Our next question is from Paul on living well to 100 and beyond. Rob and Nicki, I'm definitely one of the original 6 listeners and credit you many times for changing my life and educating me to the point that I helped other people change their lives. Okay, I'm 62, in very good shape, and have a smoking hot younger wife that I would love to make it to our 50th wedding anniversary, which would make me 107. So the question is, what test do I do now to make sure I have the best chance to achieve this goal and hopefully correct it if something is wrong?
Man, what do you think? What would your shooting?
Tests?
Yeah, singular test. So I could make a case for the whole LPIR score to look at where one's insulin
Metabolic
resistance versus
health.
sensitivity, metabolic health, metabolic flexibility. It also gives you insight into systemic inflammation, mainly from glyca and a couple of other elements in there. So this is something that we use in the advanced testing within the clinic here in Reno. It's incredibly valuable for being able to assign kind of a metabolic risk number on folks. And if we get an improvement, let's say the higher the number, the kind of worse things are. If somebody does the LPIR score and they get a number of 85 and we move them to a 45, almost from like a life insurance actuarial table perspective, we can assign a risk mitigation based off that change, which is basically the underpinning of most of the work that we've done. So as an external test, that LPIR score, I think, could be really, really valuable for establishing a baseline and trying to track that over time. Now, beyond that, from my perspective,
Muscle mass, like how much muscle mass are you carrying?
yeah. And some of these benchmarks of like a double body weight deadlift, a body weight and a half back squat, body weight and some change bench, maybe a body weight, standing press, your weight plus 50 to 75% of your weight in a weighted chin or pull up. Maintaining muscle mass and then maintaining some degree of metabolic engine, both in the aerobic and the anaerobic, areas, I think is about as good a bet is what you're going to get with that, as far as like some reasonably objective measures that would correlate with effective aging. But it's a great question, and people can complicate this stuff. Like I used to be a little bit of a fan of looking at telomere length, and then some recent research that I read really poured some cold water down my back on that one, and so that's interesting. So like the whole telomere length story is not nearly as compelling as what I once thought it was.
Okay. Paul, you'll have to check in 10-year increments and let us know
Yeah,
how
keep
you're
us
doing.
posted, man. Yeah.